So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So what we have here is the 2019 Kia Rio hatchback. We no longer get the sedan here on our market, and I must say it looks really good, and these are pretty rare nowadays. I mean, this is the first time I saw one again. And also I would like to big thank Sir Erbs and Kia Mandaluyong and Miss Camille for allowing me to review this Kia Rio. So first impressions on the looks, as I said, I love it. This car now is overshadowed by its other sedan counterpart, the subcompact sedan, a Kia Soluto, and the ever popular Kia Stonic. Link of those will be in the description down below. And you can tell this is a 2019 model, the badge. Be honest, I do prefer the old look just a little bit better, but I don't mind the new badge anyways. And also, why is this look so good? Number one, this is designed by the man himself, Peter Shea. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. And he's the man responsible for designing the ever popular Audi TT, the original Audi TT, everybody's favorite car. And most notably, his works here at Kia, the Kia Forte, the Kia Stonic, and of course the Kia Rio. So here at the front of the Kia Rio, you still have the tiger nose grille, as you can see here. And also what I just noticed, there's not much chrome here. I mean, yes, they're just here in the grille, but that is it. And also the grille, as I say, but they don't go through anything. Well, just two vents here just below. The main grille is just here. And also ground clearance is actually surprisingly not too bad. I think this is one of the highest in its class. It's 150 millimeters. Yeah, I do really like this aggressive looks. Even you have nice creases here and there on the hood and on the side. Usually there's chrome on the door seals, but not this one. They're all matte black. And there's also one character line only that stretches from the headlight to the rear taillight. That is it. Just few creases here and there as well on the side. And the rear, pretty simple looking as well. Not as good as the front, but it's fine. And the side profile of the Kia Rio, it is quite big to look at. It's not fat, but it is one of the larger hatchbacks in its class. I cannot wait to show you guys the cabin of this. It is probably also one of the most spacious in its class. The rear, okay, as I said earlier, it is a pretty simple looking design. However, I love this part. There is no fake vents here whatsoever. The real exhaust is just here on the right side. And also the Kia Rio shares the same platform with the Kia Stonic. So opening up the boot, not electronic tailgate, but I don't mind. So the boot space is the same as the Kia Stonic. It is 325 liters. And like the Kia Stonic, the load lip is really high. Not much toys here. You have a thick tonneau cover, one cubby space on the left only, and one light here on the right side. And then underneath you have a space saver donut type tire. And with all the seats down, there's no official figure by the way with this Kia Rio, but since the boot space is the same as the Kia Stonic, so let's just base it on that. With all the seats down, you have 1,155 liters of space. Also, this is probably one of the more practical hatchbacks in its class as well. And also, if you can notice the rear, put this down again, it does give a wide stance. Also, they have a clean spoiler here. Yeah, the understated looks, this Kia Rio. So with that, I'll show you the interior. So this is the interior of the 2019 Kia Rio. There's one thing I really like about this Kia Rio. Quality, fit and finish may be a bit better than the Stonic. Just, I don't know why, this feels a little bit special for me. And yet alone, listen to this. That sounds way better than the Stonic. I mean, the Stonic is not bad, but this sounds just a little bit better. Anyway, here in the interior, yeah, fit and finish. Although, there are a lot of plastics. I mean, everything on the door cards here is all plastic. And then you have conventional window switches here. And then there's a cubby space and a bottle holder on each side of the door. My water jug just fits here. And then here on the left side, there's a gloss black air conditioning vent. And then you only have a few buttons here for your auto leveling headlamps, and there are two blank buttons as well. Yeah, despite being top of the line variant, there's somewhat a lot of blank buttons. Two here, and then weirdly there's four here in the center console, just right above the gear lever. So I don't know what are those for. Maybe in other markets those are for your driving modes, I assume only. And then yes, another part here in the center console where the gear lever is, there's gloss black as well, but at least gloss black in here is kept to a minimum. You have dashboard here and there, it's plastic as well, and then more gloss back on the air conditioning vents. Also, you have a 7-inch infotainment system that supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Reverse camera may not be the best out there, however, it's still good to have. Some of the competition don't even have reverse camera. Hence, this is a wide car, but it's not as wide as you think. It's just like a normal compact sedan kind of size. And then here, steering wheel. I love the steering wheel. This touch, it's polyurethane. It's hard, it's a bit girthy, but there's a little bit of squish in it. And then I do love the audio remote control functions here for the steering wheel. It's just simple, it's easy to understand. I kind of got used already with Kia systems as well. And then you have a chrome trim here just below the steering wheel. As I said, the old Kia badge here. And then you have 2 analog gauges. I really like the front of this for some reason. And then in between those, you have a 3.5-inch LCD display that displays your fuel economy, your trips, so on and so forth. Also, going back to the infotainment system, it's a little bit laggy. There's not much to play, to be honest. But at least you have the use of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as I said. So there's some use for that. And then here's the quirky feature. When we were filling this up earlier, I was trying to find the lock button here. I accidentally locked the windows. I was trying to find it. Then I found them right here in the middle, just beside the hazard button. And then yeah, below that, the infotainment screen, there's a plastic silver trim-ish here, bronze trim-ish here, but at least it's not gloss black. I don't mind it. And then you have your manual air conditioning controls just here, and then below that you have 2 copy spaces, just enough for my phones. The one deeper can fit probably 2 phones. And then you have a 12-volt socket, 1 USB port, and 1 aux cord. And then like the Kia Stonic, there's that weird blank space then again here. And then yes, gear lever, I love how it looks. There's leather here-ish and the polyurethane. And then surprisingly, despite being a 4-speed automatic transmission, there is a manual mode. I'll get to that later. And then here in the middle, you have 2 cup holders, 1 small one and 1 big one. You know where my water jug fits. And then you have a manual handbrake, and then glove box, pretty decent. Okay, there's a manual get in the way, but at least there is enough space still. And then above here, you have 2 lights, sunglasses holder, and then visor. There's even an extra light here. Look how much light there is in this Kia Rio. And then there's a vanity mirror. It don't extend, but look how, my goodness, look how thick that is. And look how hard. This is probably one of the thickest sun visors I've known so far. I'll leave that there. More light. So bright it is now. And also, you don't have a rear view mirror stock. Okay, despite being top of the line variant, you don't get leather seats. However, I do like the honeycomb embossment here in the middle of the seats. Although yes, despite being fabric, they're really soft. There's also nice bolstering. I didn't mention that when I drove it earlier. So yeah, that's about here in front of the Kia Rio. I'll show you the rear seats. But before I go, I noticed something. Yes, this is on, right? There's a funny way to turn it off. So this is the rear of the 2019 Kia Rio. Sound the same as front, but still very good. So space here in the back, feet room, knee room, and headroom is actually excellent. I think 6-footers will still fit here, no problem whatsoever. And then yes, like in front, you have plastic here on the door cards. However, my water jug won't fit anymore. And then there's not much toys back here. But before we get to the few toys here, I still love that these fabric seats still have the honeycomb embossment on each side. Sadly, there's no central armrest, and then you only have 1 map pocket on the passenger side, and then you only have 1 USB port in the middle. Hey, but at least there still is. And then transmission tunnel, it is very short only, but it is wide, but you can just simply put your feet up. And then if I sit here in the middle, okay, sitting here in the middle might be a little bit harder than usual, but kind of gives you a straight back anyway. And then headroom, the shortest person, no offense to whoever that is, has to sit in the middle. Yes, there's some reviews that the Kia Rio is best reserved for 2 people. However, if you're skinny build like me, you can fit 3 people here easily. It is a little bit more spacious than my daily car. So also, before we continue on with the engine, I also would like to thank everyone to my 1,188 subscribers at this time of filming for giving me a lot of views recently. So I would like to thank you all so much. And at this time, this is my 99th car review. The 100th car review will be a very special car. So I don't know what will it be. There's 2 of them, so I'm just picking what will it be. So yes, again, thank you to all who subscribed recently as well. I'm nearing as well 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, This means a lot to me. I've never expected that I'll be pursuing car reviews. Doing car reviews was the most unexpected thing that ever happened to me, but it was the right call in my life. And yeah, thank you so much again for everyone who's liked and subscribed. I'm speechless. This is a little bit emotional for me. So, with that I'll show you the engine. So this is the engine of the Kia Soluto. Wait. This is the engine of the 2019 Kia Rio hatchback. It's a 1.4 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that produces 100 horsepower and 133 Newton meters of torque. Okay, so the power is on par with competition, and I'll compare this, by the way, with a Chevrolet Spark. I won't compare it for obvious reasons with the Toyota Yaris that I've driven recently, because that's a manual transmission. I might compare this a lot with the Spark because that's the most recent hatchback I've driven. So yeah, and also interesting, this is mated to 4-speed automatic transmission. So more on that later. So with that let's go for a drive. So driving the 2019 Kia Rio, and since we're here, Florida. Okay, it's a 4-speed automatic, but I forgive it. It's not meant to be a sports car. It's meant to be a fuel-efficient city cruiser. Yes, the 4-speed, if you notice, the gearing is quite long. Of course, hence being a 4-speed automatic. Yes, there is a little bit delay when from suddenly mashing the throttle at speeds. But if you just tickle the throttle ever so slightly, it is responsive enough. There's a bit of a delay, but it's not too bad, I must say. To be honest, I kind of like this. But what I really like now with the Rio, I'll be very honest, I kind of prefer it than the Kia Stonic personally. I mean, yes, the Stonic is still a good crossover on which this is based on, but there's something I like with this Kia Rio. I mean, maybe it's a hatchback, it's a bit lower. I mean, yes, you have a lower ground clearance, like, but 40 less than the Kia Stonic itself. This is what I like about this Kia Rio, its handling. Unlike its other brother, the Kia Soluto. Wait, let me demo it. Go straight here first. There, look at this. The Soluto has known to have a dead spot in the middle of the steering wheel. Not this one. There is, but it is not too much, I say. But the handling of this is... I love this handling. It is a very light steering. However, there's still good enough feeling with it. And look, I've floored it already. Yeah, the kickdown of the 4-speed automatic is somewhat light. But I also kind of forgive this because this has a manual mode for a 4-speed automatic, which is really funny. But I take a manual mode for a 4-speed than having just a drive mode. And another highlight with this Kia Rio, it's NVH. I mean, yes, you can hear a bit of tire noise here. Like, I'm just traveling at 30-40 kilometers per hour. The tire noise is present, however, it is not too bad. I think just the NVH, in my opinion, just a little bit better than the Kia Stonic. I've yet to drive a Soluto, but hopefully soon. With its competition, and of course, I won't compare it, as I said earlier, to the Toyota Yaris because that was a manual transmission car. But I can compare it to the Spark since that's an automatic, but that's a CVT. They are really both good hatchbacks in my opinion. But the one I'd pick, I have no idea. But for the rare one, I might pick this Kia Rio instead because, as I said earlier, this is a pretty rare one. I've barely seen... I mean, it's been a while since I saw a Kia Rio. So it's up to you, whatever you pick. I'd be happy with any of them. But however, the looks though, I'd go for this Kia Rio. Hence the one who designed this. And what? Okay, manual mode, 3rd gear. Okay, the shift time is excellent. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's good to know in case the tita question you want to go up to Baguio. It's good to know that you have a manual mode. And also being a 4-speed automatic at like a CVT, it is good to know that you can go uphill and use manual mode. And another weird thing, well, quirky thing I noticed with this Kia Rio, I've driven it way longer than I expected now since we needed gas. It's suspension. It is quite firm, but the trade-off is you have really good handling, and there's not much body lean with this Kia Rio, which that surprised me most. the performance, yes, you have 100 horsepower, just 2 or 3 more than the Chevrolet Spark. It is very decent. And look, handling, it's very easy to drive. If you're just going around the city, hence we're here in Justin Kia Mandaluyong, it is a very good first car if you're wanting to have this. And this might be even become a rare Kia because of the badge. This is, as I said earlier, this is a 2019 model. You don't have the updated badge yet. To be honest, I do prefer the old badge just a bit because it sticks out, unlike the new ones. It's just a slapped on chrome thing, just being honest. Despite being a 4-speed automatic, surprisingly it's still fuel efficient. Okay, my worst average, I managed only 5.8 kilometers per liter, but here, faster paces, I've been doing 9 kilometers per liter. That is not bad at all. And driving it a bit more, wait, here's a bump. Yeah, you can feel the suspension is a bit firm, but it's no means an uncomfortable car. I really love this now for some reason. And yes, driving it a bit more, the 4-speed automatic, at slower speeds like this, I notice it tends to hunt for the gears immediately. I mean, when I shifted from D to manual mode, it was already in 3rd gear. That's one thing to take note of. But once you get up to speeds, it is quite peppy and zippy. I'll be very honest. Would I take one over Chevrolet Spark? I would definitely take this over Chevrolet Spark. I'll be honest, because you have already Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Quality here is just a little bit better. And of course, being the Kia Rio, designed by the man himself, Peter Shayer, this looks way better. I wish there was a red one though. That's the one I would pick if I were gonna buy a Kia Rio. Wait, watch when I floor it. Okay, that's really peppy. I like it. And that torque, surprisingly, yeah, it's on par with the competition, but since this is a 4-speed automatic transmission, kinda puts down its power just a bit better than most of its competition. And here a bumpy part. And also not bad ground clearance. I know, correct me if I'm wrong, this is also one of the highest ground clearance in its class, 115mm. That's the same as my car. Yeah, going over humps and bumps, it goes over them easily. So yeah, what else I have to say about this Kia Rio? Very underrated. Let's try it one more time. Also, what I like against the competition, it's brakes. It's a progressive brake feel. There's only little travel, but it's a high bite, but it's a good feeling brakes. So yeah, that concludes my review of this 2019 Kia Rio. Get them while they're still around. We're not sure yet if we'll get the new models, the 2022 or 2023 models, if not mistaken yet, but I still recommend this 2019 model. It is such a good hatchback. I kinda want one now, to be honest. I'd like to thank Sir Ebs, Kia Mandaluyong, and Miss Camille for allowing me to review this lovely underrated Kia Rio. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews and more Kia reviews coming up very soon. Bye bye.